It's a beautiful bacon day, Cookie Crusaders. Today I'm going to be showing you a very unique team. Kind of wacky, kind of funny, but it's actually in preparation for Cream Unicorn, and I'll explain why. So what we're using is we are taking Vampire Cookie, pairing it with 4 healers. Technically 2 actual healers, and then 2 supports, but our only other potential damage cookie on this team is Cotton, where all the rest either deal 0 damage or low damage, which would be Pomegranate. Now we have the insignia there as a backup safety net, because we can take some heavy crits sometimes, and seeing as our health pool does not have tank status, we don't have speed, we don't have debuffs, we're just running specifically keep our team healthy and protected. So what we could run to increase our heals, we could do the Scythe, and that's an option. If you don't have the insignia, you could run the Scythe. If you want, you could also run Monocle, and then you wouldn't have to run Herb, and you could probably do another support instead, and that's an option too. Or you can run Robes if you just want faster auto attack healing, which is an option as well. So there's a few different variants that you can do, but we're doing insignia just for safety measures, where I don't think we'll actually need it in this battle, but I'll explain why I think that in a moment. The toppings, high cooldowns, good damage resistance if you can get them. Vice versa, high damage resistance, good cooldowns if you can get them with these two. And then with Vampire, as much attack power, attack speed, and cooldown as you can get. You want that damage to fly right off the shelf from Vampire. So as you can see, our power level is only 1.1 million. We do have high trophies right now, but that's because I've been grinding through the arena. So please don't take this person as someone who does not do good in arena. They are part of the Whisk Takers Guild, just like I am, and they are a plentifully strong member. They just don't play PvP a lot. I've been noticing some comments where people are like, you aren't fighting people that are on the same level. Promise, I'm fighting people that are on the same level. Granted, you can see that they don't have as many star ascensions as I do, but I'm a play-to-pay player, where they are a free-to-play player. So I do have a slight edge on them. And I can't correct that. I can't find people in that merit, because I'd have to go search and friend or join new guilds. It'd be too complex. And if I could have a training dummy to specifically work against, that would be optimal. But I always try to find the most relevant players to fight against for these teams, because I don't want to show you something that I'm wildly overpowered against, as it's really not showing or helping you in anything. So I do promise that when I find these teams, I find people that are manageable, but within the same skill set and same skill range. Now, the team they're running Wildberry, great defense against a lot of hits, so that's good on their end, getting high damage resistance. Eclair, providing weakness so that we take more damage. Herb, removing any debuffs that we can put on, which would be Bleed in this instance from Vampire. Clotted Cream can take out our healers, can take out any of our fronts. And Dark Cacao is going to invalidate Pure Vanilla Shields. So there's some really good counters on their team. But it's not going to matter. And that's because we're going to heal so incredibly fast that we are just going to be annihilating the actual competition. Funny thing is, even though Vampire is an assassin and is a damage-focused unit, what he does specifically is heals. And so because of that, he is technically a pseudo-5th healer. Now, I was saying earlier that I am preparing for a Cream Unicorn. As you can see, this team, keeping up. Damage is coming in, we're healing it back. Damage is coming in, we're healing back. Worst case, Insignia happens just like that with Cotton. We heal the whole team. We keep things rolling. And as you can see, Vampire's just been chipping down their entire enemy force. All they've got left is Dark Cacao. And all we've lost is Cotton Cookie. So, my plan is, and you're going to probably be shocked when I say this, my plan is when Cream Unicorn comes out, I want to replace Cotton. The healer, the one that offers stuns, the one that does, broken things as a support unit? What have I said? What words have I just uttered? Blasphemy, right? Absolute blasphemy. Maybe it won't work in other teams. We'll still have to see when Cream Unicorn comes out, but I think it could work in this team. And the biggest reason is if the skill is correct, and if Cream Unicorn bases the damage off of how much healing happens, look how much healing this team's doing. 5 million for almost everybody, except Cotton. Cotton's more focused on damage. Everyone else is doing incredible healing. So if we bring Cream Unicorn in and we do that same level of healing, imagine how much damage that might be outputting. And Vampire doing a healthy amount of damage on our end too. So it works really nicely. Granted, this team's not perfect. I'm sure there's plenty of ways to counter it. Maybe healing debuffs from Pumpkin Pie and Poison Mushroom. Maybe Red Velvet to pull healers forward and get sniped down. Bunch of different ways. But really what's happening is just our team is consistently just swooping up the damage and popping it right back. Just boom, 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 boom. Heals, heals, heals. Absolutely as fast as possible. I tried it with Mint instead of Herb as well. That was a viable option that worked too. I got a little bit closer to death because the problem is when you do attack speed increases on a team, you make them more vulnerable to attacks since their animations are done quicker. So unless you're speeding up really slow characters, which in this case would only be pure vanilla, then you're potentially putting the rest of your cookies at more risk if they have any interruption, like avoidance in their skill sets, which a lot of cookies do. So be very careful with attack speed. It still worked, just wasn't as good as this one. Anyway, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this team. I mean, 4 healers and a vampire. Like, is that something you would run? I don't know if you would use it against the meta teams right now. I'm not necessarily sure how well it would work against Financer and Purple Yam, because Purple Yam's dealing a incredible amount of damage. Absolutely incredible amount. And is near the damage resistant caps because of the Berserker skills too. So that's a powerful team setup. But it's definitely something that I think you can at least run as a fun defense team, because people will be like, okay, 4 healers, whatever. And you just hide like Pure Vanilla and Vampire, and they're going to be like, there's 3 healers in the front. Or you could hide Pomegranate and Vampire, making you think it's a 3 healer team, and they're like, okay, Wildberry's in the front, and maybe Vampire's in the back, or maybe Espresso or somebody. And then they just see this and they're like, what is going on? So, I don't know. I think it's a fun team to run. But I'd love to hear your opinions. I love your feedback. Show me what you think and if this is something you'd even consider running. Thanks for stopping by and have a wonderful day.